So once a year or so, I like to do a what's in my bag video. And my last one actually was really popular and a lot of you guys really liked it and said really nice things about it, so thank you. But this year, things have changed a lot, and I'm serious. Like, pretty much everything that was in my last bag has been swapped out for something different, minus like the iPad. So let's kind of get into it a little bit. So first up, the bag I'm using is the Peak Design Everyday Bag. It's the 30-liter version. I had the 20-liter version for a little while, but it just didn't hold enough stuff. If you've been following me for a little while, you know I just upgraded my camera setup and stuff. I'm using a Canon EOS R now. Microphones, lenses, that stuff takes up space. I've been using it for both video and photography stuff. So it's nice to have one camera to use for everything instead of having different setups for different things. Let's kind of get into the bag and I'll talk about the bag as we go along. There's a ton of videos about all the cool hidden stuff about the everyday backpack, so I'm not gonna get into everything. I'll link to a video that walks through everything that I watched and learned a ton from about this backpack, because there really is a ton of hidden stuff and that kind of makes it kind of fun. I'm still figuring out stuff about this backpack and I've had it for a while now. So we can open this top compartment up here. This is kind of your laptop, tablet compartment. No surprise, iPad, 12.9 inch with bridge keyboard, and the Apple Pencil is kind of my go-to setup right now. The one thing I will say is when I go on long like photography trips or video trips, like I just went up to Yosemite the other day, I swapped out the bridge keyboard for the Smart Connector keyboard because I wanted to make this backpack as light as possible. And the Smart Connector keyboard is definitely lighter than the bridge one, so that is something to keep in mind. I am gonna link to everything in the description below, you know, so if you guys are looking for something or you wanna get some of this stuff, it'll be down there. Right in here is another kind of easy access compartment. I got the Logitech MX Anywhere mouse now. This is a great travel mouse. It doesn't take up a ton of space. I really would like to use the MX Master Mouse 3, but it's just too big. Flashlight, because if you're going, you know, photography early in the morning or at night, have a flashlight with you. It's just good safety. A couple of batteries for a few things like flashlights, microphones, things like that. It's just handy to have around. And then just a microfiber cloth. So that's kind of it for this, the main compartment, easy access, things like that. That's it for up there. So let's take a look at the top hatch. So what I love about this is it's completely expandable. So you can expand it up to here. You can latch it up to these other 4 different areas. It's really awesome. You can really expand it. I was able to throw my jacket in there. It's just great. First up, I keep a notebook, journal, whatever you want to call it. I keep one in here. I use this for shot lists and things like that. When you're out at places, especially like I go to Yosemite National Park, if you're out places like that, it's easy to get caught up in just where you are, the beauty of where you are, and you may forget to get something. So I write things down, especially in places that you may not have cell phone service. It would suck to put something in drafts or something, and not that drafts wouldn't sync quickly or something happened and you just can't get to your phone and you can't get to your shot list. So having just a physical shot list where you can jot ideas down and things like that, it's come in handy and it doesn't weigh a whole lot. Because of that pen, this is a Retro 51 Tornado pen. It's just one of the twisty ones, so that's nice. I keep some refills for that pen as well. It's in this magnetic pocket. I'll flip this around so you can kind of see it. It's in this magnetic compartment. It's really nice. I love the detail that goes into this bag. I love it. It's a fantastic bag. I have this mini little tripod right here. It's awesome. And then this is the Studio Neat glyph. This is where you can kind of put your phone in here and you can just lock your phone into place. I set it up, do time lapses with it. I could take my phone off of it and strap my camera to this tripod too and do time lapses with my big camera, my Canon EOS R. This is really just nice to have, handy to have. I even like tried vlogging with it, and I cut that video. I'm not gonna do that video, but it was actually a really easy to use vlogging stick kind of thing. So this right here is for cleaning out camera sensors and things like that. It's not for whatever you think it's for, I promise. It is completely just for cleaning out camera sensors when changing lenses, when you're out in the field, you don't want dust on your sensor. This is what that's for, so you can kind of clean it out. And then just because I'm old, reading glasses. So reading glasses are nice to have. So that's kind of it for the top compartment. Depending on where I'm going, I can throw more stuff in here. Like yesterday I was up in Yosemite, I threw some snacks. I was able to throw my jacket in there. It was just really easy, really great to just quickly access stuff. So let's take a look at this side over here. Next. So right here, I have the Peak Design camera strap. What I love about this camera strap, yes, it is rather expensive. I fully recognize that, but I love how easy it is to detach and connect back to your camera. I don't really want a camera strap on my camera all the time, especially like right now, my camera's on a tripod. So I don't want that to be the case. I don't want, you know, a camera strap all the time, so this makes it easy to take it off and put it back on. Another like hidden thing on this backpack is there's this key ring. So it's one of the camera strap little hook things that they use. You can just latch it right in there. You can wrap your keys around there. You can just tuck it right in there. That's really, really nice. So taking a look at this side right here, you'll notice there's something obviously missing right here. This is where my camera goes, my Canon EOS R. I use the 24-105. It's the kit lens, f4, nothing super fancy, but it gets the job done. I like it, it works well. So that's the lens that's primarily on my camera. That's where this goes right here. It fits perfectly in here, so that's why that's missing. But yeah, down here, I actually seen a few people do this, and I got this idea from a couple of people, that basically with the Peak Design backpack, you have these shelves and they're completely adjustable. You can move them wherever you want in the bag. Take the bottom shelf and move it up just a little bit so you can put smaller items down at the very, very bottom. So down here, I have a battery case. So I have 4 batteries right here, plus 1 in the camera. I never want to be in a situation where I can't get my shot because I don't have a battery. That would just absolutely, that would be horrible. So 4 batteries plus the 1 in the camera, it lasts more than a day, which is perfect for me. I'm completely happy with that. The Canon EOS R gets amazing battery life. Right here, SD card case. I have an SD card missing because I'm recording to it, obviously, but yeah, I just keep these right here. My system is, this side right here is for empty SD cards. This side is for full SD cards. So I offloaded everything yesterday, so these 2 are empty, and then I have 1 in my camera right now. And then lastly, down in this bottom shelf right here is a 2-bay LPE6 or LPE6 battery charger, so I could charge 2 batteries at once. My biggest issue with this thing is it's micro USB. So it has me keep coming back to micro USB. So it is what it is, but this is actually really nice. I would just love a version of this that's USB-C. And then right here, we have the Rode Video Micro. I kind of switch between 2 different microphones that I take with me. If I'm not sure if I'm gonna be recording any audio or video, like I'm like, maybe, maybe not, we'll kind of see what happens when we get there, I'll take this because it does get really good audio, but it doesn't take up a lot of extra space, it's not extra weight, it doesn't require any batteries or anything, and it still sounds decent. It's not bad, it's not perfect. I mean, it's a small shotgun microphone, but you know, it still sounds good, decent. The microphone I'll bring, if I don't bring that one, is the Rode Video Pro Plus microphone. It's the one where it plugs in, and when you turn the camera on, that's when it turns on and you don't have to worry about the power state and things like that. That's a great microphone. It's what I'm talking to you right now. There's probably some echo, unfortunately, because I haven't exactly got this room filled out, so hopefully it sounds fine, but if there's an echo, I do apologize. Okay, so these side pockets right here, Oh, this is another thing that made me fall in love with this bag, because you can fit so much stuff in here. I don't have a cable dongle bag, whatever you want to call it. I don't have one of those. I'm able to fit all my cables and stuff on these side pockets. So this side pocket, I have my external battery case. I got this one because it's super flat, super small, but it can both charge, the whole battery can charge via USB-C, and it can charge devices through a USB-C cable. So again, one less cable I have to carry. So that's important. That's kind of a theme throughout this thing, is the less I have to carry, the better, because unfortunately I just have to carry a lot of stuff. External hard drive, this is the Samsung T5 external hard drive. I believe this is the 500 gig model. Yes, 500 gig model with USB-C cable. I use this to offload all my photos and footage from my camera when I'm like out in the field, or when I get to a place that I can stop and do that. That way I have a backup of everything right here. And then this thing right here, it's kind of a knockoff of the hyperdrive thing. It was on sale on Amazon. It was really cheap. It's just USB-C to a bunch of different ports: USB-A, SD card, headphone jack, USB-C, and HDMI. It's not the fastest device I have for this kind of thing, but at the same time, it doesn't take up a lot of space. So when I do need to use it, it's fine, it works. It's just not the fastest. So that kind of sucks, but you get over it pretty quickly. Another thing I love about this bag is at the bottom part here, there's these straps down here, so you can strap things like a chair or a tripod. So if I need to bring my bigger tripod, I could strap it to the bottom here. If I'm bringing like a travel tripod or something, I just picked up a smaller one today, actually. In fact, that's what I'm using right now to try it out. It actually fits right here in the side pocket, so that is great. I can also fit a water bottle in the other side pocket. This bag is so flexible. That's what I love about it. It's completely flexible. I don't have to use it for camera gear, but it's so flexible. I can use it for anything, really. I use this as my daily carry bag. So that's just a huge selling point to me for this bag, is how flexible it is. It's not specific to photographers or videographers or things like that. If you just have to carry a lot of different things with you, this is a great bag for that. And if you don't have to carry a ton with you and you're still interested about this backpack, check out the 20 liter. The 20 liter is a great backpack. I had it for a while. I ended up giving it to a friend of mine that could really use it, because unfortunately it was too small for me, and it was past the return window, so I couldn't send it back. So I ended up just getting the 30 liter because it's what I needed to get my stuff done, unfortunately. That being said, I absolutely love the 30 liter, and I'm super happy that I got it. So let's check out this other side here really quick. So right down here, we have another lens. This is my favorite lens right here. This is a 35mm prime f1.8 macro lens. So I use this for all my B-roll shots. You get a really smooth, blurry background with this. It's a great lens. I absolutely love this lens. It's a fun lens to use. I have a lot of fun with it. Definitely recommend this lens if you have a Canon EOS R or EOS RP, because this is an RF lens, so it only works with those two cameras. As of right now, I'm sure Canon will make more in the future. Right here is a diabetes testing kit. I've mentioned earlier, I'm diabetic. You're running around in the woods. The last thing you want is your blood sugar to go so low you faint. So this is a way to make sure and test to make sure it doesn't go that low. So that's important to keep around for diabetics. Flipping this down, I have my ND filter case right here. Nothing special about this case. Nothing too special about my ND filters either. If you are a photographer or videographer, you probably know what these are. These are variable ND filters. They aren't expensive ones. They're not the super crazy nice ones. They are just good enough to get the job done. The biggest issue with these is if you turn it up to max, like you get maximum darkness, maximum NDing. I don't really know exactly what it's called, but if you turn them up to max, you start to get some vignetting, because these are the cheaper ones. I think this one was like maybe 20 bucks at the absolute most, but I don't use them too much, and when I do use them, they get the job done, so that's fine. I'd love to invest in some nicer ones, but for right now, these are fine. These do the job. So I have 3 of them, one for each lens. I also have a 50mm lens that isn't in this backpack. It's just the Canon Nifty 50. A friend of mine is borrowing that right now, so that's a great lens to use too, by the way. That's an EF lens, so that works for practically any Canon camera. I'm gonna say practically. Do your research before you just buy a lens and make sure it works. So So I talked about how I don't have a cable bag or a dongle bag in this bag. In fact, those side pockets pretty much take care of everything for me. So this side pocket right here has all my cables, power bricks, everything else basically in this bag. Starting with the power brick, I only carry one power brick with me. It's this Anker 2 USB-C port power brick. This thing's amazing. It's a 60 watt power brick. When you plug two devices in, each port drops down to 30 watts. I don't have anything that requires more than 30 watts to charge because I think the fastest thing that charges in my bag is probably my iPad, and I think that maxes out at 30 watts. I'm pretty sure. I should have looked that up, but I didn't, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But yeah, no, I could charge two devices off this one brick. I've never needed to charge more than that, so that's why I just have this one brick. I would love something that had 3 or 4 USB-C ports on it, but this was the thing that I found the most that actually did a decent job and didn't seem like it caught on fire, so that's kind of important to me. But Anker 2 USB-C port power brick, this is probably the best thing that I have in my bag. I love this thing, it's so great. Next we have USB-C to lightning cable, USB-C cable, and USB-C to micro USB cable. So these are pretty much the 3 cables I need to charge and move data and things like that around. You'll notice that each one are a different color. That is done on purpose. There is a method to the madness. I can look at my bag and I don't have to look and see like which tips it is, especially considering each one has a USB-C end to it. I can tell by the color what cable is what. White is lightning, black is USB-C. Black and blue is USB micro. So I know this just by looking at the color of the cable. So that was completely done on purpose, and it's actually a really great system. This last cable, I don't really use it too much, but it's the special cable to my Audio-Technica ATH M50X headphones. I rarely bring those with me, but when I do, I just leave this cable in the bag because it's an extra cable that I don't really use for anything else. So it just stays in my bag. So when I do want to bring it with me, I just put it in my bag and go. But I rarely bring it with me. Down here, because it's 2019, USB audio dongles, or I'm sorry, lightning audio dongle, USB-C audio dongle. These, I hate that I have to use these, honestly, still kind of bugs me a little bit, but whatever. I don't have to use them too often, but I just keep these around because when you need them, you really need them, so they stay right there. AirPods, because AirPods are great. I know there are reasons they're not the best sounding headphones, they're not the greatest wireless headphones, whatever. You can say whatever you want about them. They're amazing, the battery lasts a long time, they do a great job, and they're so small and compact. So they don't take a lot of space. Because if anything, if you guys have seen throughout this video, I carry a lot of stuff with me, especially when I'm going out on video shoots and things like that. I have a ton of stuff. The last thing that's in this pocket is just this USB-C to USB-A kind of external drive. It's 128 gigs. I just use this for when I need to share files with people and things like that. It works really well for plugging it into the side of my iPad to transferring things over to you know, a PC laptop or a MacBook or whatever. It works. It does the job. So these two side compartments, so both these flaps basically enable me not to have to carry a dongle bag, which is just one less thing I need to put in the bag. Yeah, I still take the contents of what would be in that bag and put it in here, but I'm able to fit it in on these side flaps here. But that's kind of it for everything that's in my bag. You can kind of see how I have my Peak Design bag arranged here. I have these 3 shelves. I have that little bottom pocket like I talked about. Camera goes here, extra lens goes here, camera gear goes in the second one, and then just everything else goes in this top area because it's just so nice. I thoroughly love this bag. They didn't send it to me, they didn't pay me, they didn't whatever. This is probably my favorite backpack I've ever used, just because of how flexible it is. It gets the job done. I want to get some other camera backpacks and try them out, but those are very expensive. So I think I'm just gonna stick with this one for a little while because I'm pretty happy with it. I don't really have a reason to switch around. So let me know if you guys have any questions about the stuff I talked about. Like I said, I'm gonna try and link to everything below if it's still available. Some of this stuff might be older and not available anymore, but I will try and link to as much of it as possible. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.